After the complete disaster that was our last Athletico episode, we really, really, really need 2 wins today if we're going to have any chance of winning La Liga this year. Hello and welcome to part 11 of the Spanish leg of the Expedition of Gold. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Levante in La Liga and then at home against Man City in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. It all went a little bit wrong earlier in the week when we had our last episode. We were top of the league, we were cruising, and then we lost, and we've given up our top of the table spot to Barcelona. With 2 games to go, we're 4 points behind them with a game in hand. So we're playing that game in hand right now. If we win it, we go into the final game of the season, 1 point behind them. I just don't like the fact it's not in our hands. If we lose today, Barcelona win the league, and that's just vomit-inducing. But this is the team that we're going to put out there to try and save a little bit of faith, at least take it into the final game of the season. So we've got juiced up Amir Abdulrahman in goal. He's had an injection, he's got a damaged shoulder, but we need him in the game, so he's on the juice. And we've got Moldovan, Calvello and Herrera and Rapaz as our back four, with Fantan, Arnaut and Camacho in midfield, Oscar in behind Amdouli and Pirani. I've swapped those two around up front because despite scoring nearly 60 goals between them this season, they haven't played well at all in the last 2 or 3 games. So I haven't got anyone else to bring in to freshen up the front two. So let's just try swapping them around, see if that works. Why not? I'm clutching at straws a little bit at this point, but we've just got to win. We have to win. Because if we blow this, it's a square pitch. We haven't seen square pitches since the Conference North. What business have they got playing a square pitch in La Liga when we need a result? I mean, I just don't ever do well on a square pitch. Right. There's no space for our talented players to play in. They know what they're doing. It sets you up for a nice, easy, long ball game that our little tippy-tappy nonsense doesn't really work at all because there's no space to do it. We're already congesting the middle of the pitch, and Pirani's going to get himself sent off for getting frustrated about it 3 minutes into the game. Goodness me, he actually did. I mean, that's that. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of our season. Cannot believe that just happened. That was just so stupid. Arnaut puts us 1-0 up. I mean, if we manage to come back from this situation now and still win the league, it's a story. It's similar to how we got into the Champions League 2 years ago with Bayern. It's just completely backdoor Kev, which seems to it's becoming the theme of this year's save. But I just can't believe Pirani did that. I don't even know what could he possibly have done 3 minutes on the clock to get a straight red on the edge of their penalty area. I mean, it's not as if it was a last-ditch tackle to prevent them from scoring. It's just frustration. He's gone in, being a hard man, all frustrated because of their stupid pitch. We're all frustrated. And he's just done something absolutely stupid. And now it's 1-1. And we're back into that situation where Barcelona are going to win the league. I mean, they're going to win the league anyway. There's no coming back from this now. Oscar, because he's worth every penny of £80 million. I might just stick him in the reserves before I leave. I think I'm leaving at the end of this season regardless, by the way. I don't think I can handle another season of Atletico. We'll just chalk Spain up to be another country where we failed, like France. And we'll do Spain properly next year. I can't bring myself to do another year of this because I know the way this squad is structured, all of these older players, so most of the back four, Dooley has been close to top scorer, Arnaut, who's scored an important goal for us today, all these players are close to mid-30s. They've not got another season in them. They've run out of steam this year. We just don't have the money to rebuild completely, and that's that. Oh, no. Everything looked so good. I mean, I'm recording these episodes back to back. Everything looked so good half an hour ago in my world. Half an hour ago, we're top of the league. We just have to win our games against teams we're capable of beating. And our response is 2 straight defeats, and Oscar, Dooley, none of them have turned up for this run-in, and I just don't understand why. Oh, it gets worse. We've now given away a penalty. I mean, seriously. We've now got to drag ourselves out of the Abdul Rahman saves a penalty. Come on, Mr. Injections. You be the spearhead of turning this game around. We've got to find 2 goals from somewhere. Even 1 goal, I think, keeps the dream alive going into the final game of the season, because I think we have got better head-to-head results against Barcelona. So if we can find an equaliser and then win our last game of the season and they lose their last game of the season, we'll still scrape through absolutely by the skin of our teeth and win the league. But, I mean, that is such a big if. Let's push everyone forward a little bit. Well, I say push everyone. We'll move Bobby Drake to be attacking rather than support. But it's not happening, is it? Oh... This is the closest I've ever been to crying on a video that I've made. Can't believe how badly this has got. No. That was just cruel. Sports Interactive, if you're watching this, that was cruel what the game just did to me at the end there. Because for a split second, I actually believed again. After all hope was lost, I had a tiny little flash of belief. And it's not right to do that to a man. Yeah, too right. Pirani's going to sit out a few games and just... And again, it's against a team who were in the relegation zone or battling relegation. They just wanted it more than we did. So Barcelona have won the league. We'll play this game against Man City. If we get knocked out of the Champions League, I'm going to resign on the spot. If we win it, we'll do the Champions League final and see if we can win that for a 3rd time and stick a silver lining on this disastrous season. That's just awful, though. So annoyed. So for potentially our final game in Spain, apparently we couldn't give Rahman injections for another day, so the new pig's going to be in goal. Wagner comes into midfield. Fantan drops down to the bench. We swap Pirani and Dooley back round again. Apparently Pirani gets sent off when he plays just there. I'd love to drop him, but we just don't have anyone to bring in for him. It's just dirty, dirty football manager. It's horrible. Fantan's just being rested because, you know, it's only our last game, maybe. Can't believe we can't inject Rahman again. He saved a penalty in the last game with injections in him. Why can't we just inject him again? But no, just 1 game of injections is all you're allowed. And I'm pretty sure if we'd have not injected him for that game, we still wouldn't have had the option to give him an injection for this one. So I think you have to do it there and then when they first get injured. So that's frustrating. There was never any way he was going to play in this game. Yet we had the option to play him in a game before it when he was more injured. Silly, silly, silly. Right. I genuinely don't know what to do about next season. I've just gone and walked around the garden and paced around a bit in the rain to calm down. I'm not calm. I think my blood pressure's probably through the roof. I'm going to the doctors about my blood pressure later today. I imagine I'm going to get told off massively. And I'll just blame Football Manager for it. But I'm going to put one of those polls into the video. Probably here. And it's just asking what we do. Are we doing one more season at Atletico to finish the job we came here to do? Are we going to try and win the Liga next year? Or are we just going to resign, head to South America or head to Asia, head to Africa and continue with our Expedition of Gold? Let me know by voting in the poll. If you're on mobile, I think you can still do it. If not, let me know down in the comments, I guess. But try and use the poll because I'm just going to work with the poll and go with whatever that says because I just don't know what to do. I kind of want to leave, but I also don't like the idea of leaving without winning the Liga first. So I'm completely at a loss of what the best thing to do now is. So let me know in the poll. What we'll do is the whole of the Confederations Cup. We've got the Confederations Cup coming up with England this summer. So we'll do that whilst still Athletico manager. We won't resign on the spot, regardless of what happens in this game or potentially a Champions League final if we get there, because we are winning, for those of you who are watching the game. I won't resign until after I've seen the results of the poll. So we'll do the whole of the Confederations Cup as Athletico manager, and then we'll make decisions early next week about what's going to happen next season. If we stay at Athletico, we've already done all the transfer business for the summer. Certainly all the arrivals. We've got like 5 players coming in, all wonder kids. It looks promising for whoever's Athletico manager next year. I just had hoped it wouldn't be me, but I now kind of feel like we have to do it. Oh, there's pros and cons of both. Very, very frustrating. Right, let's try and win the Champions League. Bobby Drake, on you come. Dooley is done. I've just had it with him. He's not been any part of this last 4 or 5 games. For a club legend, who's our club record goal scorer, he's been here for like 15 years. When it really, really mattered, he just hasn't. He didn't want it enough. He didn't want to win the league. Oscar is single-handedly trying to get himself another Champions League winning medal. Clearly, that's what he was here to do all along. He's not got any interest in winning La Liga. He just wants another Champions League winners medal. Fair play to him. Oscar likes winning the Champions League. And with 15 minutes to go, we are ahead in the game. Obviously, because we're at home, if City equalise again, it does put them in the lead, as per the away goals rule. But hopefully it won't come to that. Right, we're going to bring on Nuhad for Calvello, and just have a proper left back and a proper centre back on for the last 10 minutes. Oh, it seems weird that I can be so miserable when we're ahead with 5 minutes to go in a Champions League semi-final. I was so convinced we were going to win the Liga. I won't moan about it in the next episode, because the next episode is the Champions League final. We won't bother with the last league game of the season. It will just be a Champions League final, and I promise you I'll be excited about it, because it would be nice to win a 3rd Champions League, and it's our 4th final in 5 years, which is good as well. So, if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.